Hello Collective, welcome back to my channel if you're a regular watcher. If not, if you're a new watcher, welcome, welcome. My name is Ali and this is Star.Spirit channel. I'm going to dive right into the message that Spirit has for us today. Let's get right to the reading. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful day. I know where I am in the world, which is Canada. The weather is getting quite frosty here. We haven't had snow yet, fingers crossed, but the leaves are looking absolutely beautiful. I know because we're this side of the hemisphere, the leaves turn green, yellow, red, purple, orange. So lots of different colors here. It's very, very beautiful. Very nice sight to see here. Oh, wow. Okay. Confidence is your success. New moon in Leo. We actually got this card for yesterday's reading as well. So let's see what that's all about. We'll start with the light Seers Tarot here. Spirit, what is the message that you have for the collective today? Pardon me, I'm going to take that. We have Two of Cups. Okay. Hierophant, that actually flipped out at the bottom. I put it back in and it came out again. So definitely a message that Spirit wants us to hear. Get some more clarity, some more cards, pardon me, Spirit, for the collective here. Ooh. All right, someone's having a celebration. Wow. Okay. One more card, please, Spirit. Yep. One more card. And then let's see what we have at the bottom of the deck. Six of Swords. So in this particular deck, the Light Seers Tarot here and the Hermit, the Six of Swords is actually all about letting your friends and family help you in your current situation. Okay. So even though the imagery itself is quite dark, it is all about being overwhelmed by your emotions and needing some assistance and being pulled out of them, particularly with negative emotions and thoughts, because it is the Six of Swords here. So let's take a look. We're starting off with a very powerful energy. I'm getting very heart-centered, okay, with the Two of Cups here. Some of you could have a budding romance that's in the works right now. And even just given the imagery here, I'm getting that, thank you, Spirit. Normally, I know the cards, I see the cards quite a lot, right? But there'll be certain times during readings where Spirit brings my attention to certain details. In this case, I'm looking at the skin tones of the characters that are drawn onto the card here. So you could be in an interracial relationship is what I'm getting. And you're actually coming from two different walks of life. If you actually take a look at the bowls themselves, while there's lots of rainbow colors to represent all the different chakras and energies lining up to really allow the heart space to open, to allow that back and flow, nothing's an accident, back and forth flow of love. One of the cups is actually more red at the bottom, signaling that perhaps you're a person collective, and take this as it resonates. Could be you, could be the person that you're dealing with at the moment. But perhaps you or your person is someone who feels or values security. Okay, that could be financial security, that could be feeling safe, protected, heard, with all the red here. Very, a lower chakra, again, doesn't necessarily mean a bad chakra. There are no bad chakras. They're just energy points, right? So safety and security could be quite valuable to one of you. And there's a lot more blue and green here in the other cup to the left here. So it could be that someone is really wanting to feel the emotions in their body, okay, feel the emotions in their heart space, and also with the blue, throat chakra, so be able to really open up and communicate. So some of you may, like I said, just to recap, there may be some of you in the collective, again, whether that's your person or yourself, that really looks at love as a form of security. And you or your person, take it as it resonates, may also value open hearts and communication, okay? So perhaps trust is very valuable in those sense. And I'm not saying that one is more valuable than the other, just from the color imagery on the particular Two of Cups here. I'm getting that out of the list of things that are priorities, that safety and security, as well as open love and open communication, is what is really bringing you two together here, what you both value most. Next, we have Major Arcana, the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is a beautiful card, definitely. It does speak to spiritual leadership and community. Okay, and with these steps here, hopefully that's picking up on camera, that detail. It's like, it's almost like the chakras here that are in the Two of Cups. So really learning, really growing your foundation, okay? So this could be a love that's come in after you have healed yourself, or perhaps you're still in the healing process. But either way, you're very open to that, and you're open to looking more into your spiritual self here and knowing what you really want with this life versus what you think you want. So versus your ego, right? Okay, could be that you found your purpose as well, and that's also helped your healing journey. And now you're bringing in love because that's what you're feeling for yourself here. You've really put in the work. You've climbed that mountain, so to speak. And again, it is an ongoing process, collective. However, I am sensing that you've had epiphanies about who you are and what your purpose is here in this lifetime in the 3D. And it's bringing in celebration, okay? And particularly celebration after realizing with the Eight of Swords in the reverse that you create your own reality, okay? Your thoughts reflect your reality, literally. This mirror here, in the upright position, the Eight of Swords really portrays that you become and your life becomes what you think. So thoughts are very, very powerful, collective. So looking in this mirror, although we can see it from an aerial view, so almost like the view of the divine, right? Seeing that, you know, she is free. She doesn't necessarily, the character doesn't necessarily need to be in this particular position, but when she's looking at herself, her own life, she feels trapped, okay? Trapped with her thoughts here. She feels quite bound, not able to see, and that can also be symbolism for listening to your intuition, okay? So perhaps visually she can't see past what's happening in her experience. However, with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, it's completely opposite to that, right? So realizing that you may have thoughts that kind of drag you back a few steps into maybe more negative thinking. However, at the end of the day, you always remember that you are the master of your creation. You're the master of your own thoughts. You have the power of source in you. We all do as a collective. And that realization, again, is bringing in the Knight of Wands. So the celebration here, dancing, fire, could be a fire energy, just like Leo with the confidence is your key to success. So you could have, there's quite actually a lot of Leo energy on the board. Okay. And we have almost all of the suits. We have cups that signify emotions, wands that signify communication and passion, and then swords which signify thoughts. Okay, so the only thing missing right now, oh, pardon me. So it's just one suit missing right now. Let's see if we can get some clarity with that. Spirit, can you provide us, perfect, the Devil? Okay, interesting. Because with this particular card, the Devil is all about addictions and patterns of behavior that don't necessarily suit us. Okay, kind of chained up here. And it's interesting even more so that it came out with the Two of Cups. So perhaps this love is coming in after a period of really being attached to your negative thought processes and ways of thinking and behaving that didn't serve you or the people around you, collective. Yep. Okay, you spent a lot of time looking at what wasn't working versus the Two Cups behind you with this Five of Cups here that are still full of emotion, full of promise, full of hope. So I'm kind of getting a before, like past energy here, and then present energy at the top. Can we get a matching card of clarification for the Knight of Wands, please, Spirit? Okay, we had a few. Pardon me, you guys, because there's quite a bit here. I'm not going to take them all, okay? Interesting, too. I think some of those cards came out yesterday, even though I shuffled quite a few times today. All right, 2 cards came out. First, we have the Ten of Cups, and then this is Death. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I almost feel like they're needing to be flipped, okay? So starting off with, like I said, addictions, negative ways of thinking, and then really focusing on what's going wrong, but realizing without your ego inflated and without your ego as implanted here, that you really do want the Ten of Cups. You want, and that could be just a fulfilled life. Doesn't necessarily need to be that you're looking for marriage or children, although that is depicted in the card. So take it as it resonates. You're looking for your life to be very fulfilled. And I'm getting that you want to experience the full spectrum of human emotion and human experience in this lifetime. And you want the relationships around you to be very fruitful, very fulfilling here. And with that realization comes the Death card. Now, Death card can be seen as quite scary, but really it's death and rebirth. So it's the end of a cycle. Okay, so for what I'm getting, thank you, Spirit, perhaps what has happened is that you were so focused on the negativity, okay, that was going on in your life collective, and then you had a moment of clarity, a moment of realization where you were connected to your inner self, and you came to remember that this is what you've always wanted. From way back when, from when you were a young child even, you remembered that almost like a sense of magic to manifestation, magic to life here. And that small memory grew bigger, that you were able to end this cycle here. You were not even able, you were determined to end this cycle of thinking here and heal yourself. And what's come of that is love, is more connection and influence in the community here in a very positive way. And then celebration. And again, Eight of Swords, being drawn to it again. The realization that you're not bound. So anything that comes your way, any obstacles, any sort of obstacle in your life here, you're realizing that even though it may come into your experience, because contrast is also good, right? So, for example, negative experiences aren't always leading to negative outcomes, okay? Spirit will speak to us as a collective in many different ways. And contrast is a great indicator for us to narrow down what we want and also focus on specifics. So, for example, I had a friend, she and we talk about manifestation and things like that a lot, and tarot and energy and different things, everything metaphysical. And she was telling me that she got into a very neat rhythm. She calls it a day in the vortex, where she felt like everything was going perfectly, swimmingly. And towards the end of the day, she actually got cut off in traffic. And unlike what she might normally do, she didn't get upset or kind of honk her horn or anything. She was more so startled, but she didn't necessarily react to the situation. So thankfully, no one was hurt and things like that. But she was cut off in traffic. And even though can be a frightening experience, can have to do with like keeping your safety, things like that, it turned out just objectively what might be seen as a negative experience by the collective here. It was at that moment that she realized that her engine light, or not the engine light, pardon me, the gas light came on. She needed to fill up. And that was one of the last gas stations in the area just before the road ended, and then not moved up, but turned into the highway. So there wouldn't be a gas station for quite a while. So even though it was a negative experience, it did lead to a reminder about her gas, right, to keep her safe. So she was still in the vortex. So negative experiences aren't necessarily negative. We are witnesses to our own life here. And Spirit is heavily reminding us, again, I'm drawn to this Eight of Swords here, that whether it's upright and we think we're bound, we're going to get reminders that we are not bound. But we are very much creators of our own world. Okay, so whenever we think we're bound, we need to look at our life and see what it's reflecting from within us. From the 5D, from the inner world to the outer world here, the 3D. We need to have constant reminders. And that's for ourselves, right? Like the universe will always have our back, will always work in our best interests. And also to just being mindful of the energy will ensure that you are in a constant state of a present moment, and you're grounded and you're thinking about the energies that you're putting out. You're being more deliberate, okay? Much more responsive than reactory, which is what I've been saying all week, especially given the new moon in Scorpio here that we've been experiencing. So yes, definitely something to do with love here, okay? And love, again, after a period of negativity. Perhaps you didn't think it was going to come in, you guys. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Just after I've said about being in the present moment more, right? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that was a lot. You guys, that was too much. Okay, I'm going to put them back. But 2, 3. Okay. Okay. So these 3 came out. Okay, we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic connection here. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Okay. I do want to point out, even though this card here, religious factors, even though it is discussing religion, this is also a spiritual card, right? So it's more so about different core values and core beliefs. Okay. So perhaps what I'm getting more so than anything is that this person that you find yourself, your heart chakra opening up to, is someone that, yes, you are attracted to. Yes, you have chemistry with them. However, they're not someone that you had thought that you were going to be with or want to be with. Okay, so perhaps they're different than your usual type that you go for, but you know, maybe that's good. Maybe that's exactly what you need, is that difference there. Bottom of the deck, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay. Okay, and that's not to say that if you do have foundational differences, to try to mesh things together and make things fit, but it is just an opportunity for you and your person to have discussions about what your values are after you yourself have had a hermit moment, deliberate isolation, to figure out what it is you actually want, separate to ego, separate to society, separate to even family and friends. Okay, what is important to you in your heart space? And that will actually open up your chakra there with tons of green. Tons of green. All right. Yep. Looks like this is going to be very very fruitful. I know I say that a lot, but it's the best way to explain, at least it is right now for me. When something is fruitful, you guys, I'm not just referring to things going well, but it's the whole growth of the tree, right? So planting a seed, nurturing it, that's us taking care of ourselves. And as we grow roots, as we ground ourselves, and then we start to explore our environment with the trunk and kind of spread out our experiences here with the branches and with the leaves, that fruit is one of the final, like, cherry on top of the cake moments where we have done that inner work, right? And we've been enjoying life and exploring this human experience that we're having on this rotating ball that's next to another ball of flame of fire that we call the sun. So it isn't just about the fruit. It's about like I said, the whole experience of the tree growing. Okay, and you know, trees, if they're given room to grow, okay, and they're not necessarily disturbed, they will grow taller and wider and taller and wider. So it is all about this human experience for us collective being very expansive. So when I say fruitful, it's not to be taken lightly. It is in recognition that the collective have been doing their shadow work. They've been looking at breaking generational patterns, things that don't serve them, and doing something different, going a different way. And I'm seeing that this particular love is supportive of that, and vice versa. Again, take it how it resonates. And again, it is someone that truly sees you for you. They see your soul. Okay, so have confidence that this is going to be successful because you've put in that work there. This one. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. Yep, for sure. Okay. So this is all about making sure that you're still nurturing yourself as well as your partner, okay? We don't come into union with people, I'm getting of this caliber, where we're fully accepting of them, they are fully accepting of us just by accident, right? However, when we do find that person, that we feel we can be our full soul with, it's not to be taken lightly. Thank you, Spirit. It's in recognition that there has been so much work that's been placed into ourselves, and to let ourselves continue to flourish, continue to grow here. Okay, when it says it's time to take action, thank you, Spirit, I'm getting more so that the romance, the effort that we put into ourselves and into the partnership, to continue that, to make it almost completely second nature. Not that we're doing it mindlessly or without thinking, but more so that we're continuing to put in the kind of care and compassion and respect that we have at the beginning of many relationships throughout, because that's going to grow this tree's foliage with more fruit, more flowers, taller and wider. Expansion, expansion, expansion is what I'm getting here. Thank you, Spirit. And that is all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. I do daily readings. However, just to give you guys a heads up here, because time is an illusion, all of my readings, even ones from like way back, September, August, a few months ago, they're all timeless, right? And oftentimes a few things can happen. So we can hear a reading such as this and watch it once and hear certain messages, and perhaps even revisit it and hear different messages within the same reading that we've already watched previously. So please take that in consideration. If you do feel drawn to rewatch a video, please do so. It means that there's something in that particular video for you that you are now ready to hear that perhaps you weren't before. And as always, you can share my channel with anyone who comes to mind or comes to your heart when you think, when you're watching the videos as well. There may be something in here that's meant for you to pass on to someone else as well, okay? And please take it as it resonates. All my readings are timeless. Okay, like I was saying, time is an illusion, so there is no past, present, and future for the universe, although that's how we experience linear time in the 3D as human beings here. So this message will find you when you are ready to hear it, and when the message will be strongly interpreted by your soul. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone.